Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to one of the most exciting videos for me personally. Every single year we are here to talk about my Magical Readathon TBR. Now we're starting into the autumn equinox semester in September. If you've never heard about Magical Readathon, I will link the announcement video down below so you can check it out. It is literally the best readathon ever, so if you haven't heard about it, do yourself a favor and just check it out. And I love this readathon so much. I have been participating for so many years and I am building my character up to become an archmage. So for the fall semester we have to read 8 books to get the grades to proceed into the next year, which if I take it all together, I'm pretty sure would be the last year of school for my character. So we'll see what happens after that, but for now let's just sit down, talk about the books I want to read for this readathon. So the way this works is that you have certain subjects you need to study and you have to reach certain grades within that subject for the autumn round. So I have 4 subjects where I need different levels of grades for, and the first one I always need is alchemy, and with that we need to reach the highest grade, which means 3 books. So the first prompt for that would be an emotional read. Now this is very wide, so you could choose a wide array of books for that. I've gone with a book that I have had for so long and I just really need to check out, and that is Beren and Luthien by Tolkien. This is one of the stories that is already in the Silmarillion, but in a kind of stretched out version, or like multiple versions in this book. So I just want to give it a read, and I've heard that many people really love this edition of the story very much, and it is one of the most emotional stories, I guess, in the Lord of the Rings universe. We have the human baron and the elven maiden Luthien falling in love and having to fight the big bad evil to be together. So I think this will be an emotional read. Also, just returning to Middle-earth always makes me emotional, so I think this is the best fit. For the next level in alchemy, we have to read a book that is now traditionally published but was self-published first. Now I have a book on hold on my library that I want to count for that, so I hope the hold will come in September, and that would be When the Moon Hatched. Now this, as I think, is a fantasy romance, and I don't really vibe with those, so why did I put it on my hold list at the library? Who knows, but I want to give it a try, and yeah, I'm intrigued to see how it goes. This is a very big book, it has a lot of pages, so we'll see how it goes, but I just, you know, sometimes you have to dip your little toe somewhere outside of your comfort zone, and this is what I'm trying to do here. Do I know what the story is about? No clue, just people I trust liking it, so I wanted to check it out. And last but not least, for alchemy, we need a book with food on the cover. And I chose this one. Maybe I will have to change that during the month, we'll see. This is The Next Step in the Dance by Tim Gautreaux. And this has some kind of like seafoody like creature here. I don't like seafood, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is edible. Maybe this is a stretch, but it also has some kind of a sauce here. So I also don't know what this book is about, but I got this in a moth box so many years ago and I still haven't read it, so I think it is about time. Again, this is quite a chunky book, and I have quite a few of those on this TBR, so it might be that I might have to switch this one out for an audiobook if I realize that I'm kind of falling behind on my reading plans. Since this is the highest level for alchemy, this is probably one of the last books I would read, so we'll see what happens. Okay, the next one is probably the hardest prompt I ever had. We are talking about the subject of inscription, and I need 2 levels for that. So the first one would be a title with all the letters of my first name. Now, I use my real first name. I thought about using Kitty, but that's kind of easy. I wanted to use my real name, and I realized that I do not have a single book on any of my wish lists that has all of the letters somewhere in the title. But I found one where it works when I include the author name, and that's what we're gonna go with, and that is the 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. So I have to borrow the I from the author name, but apart from that, all of the letters are there. You just have to trust me on that. So this is the book I'm going to read. Again, do I know anything about this book? Absolutely not. I have been looking at that book for a very long time. It has a very pretty cover. A lot of people love Alex E. Harrow. A lot of people just found her books to be kind of all over the place. So this is one of the authors I wanted to try to read this year, and this is my chance, so I'm gonna do it. And then for the second level in inscription, we had to use a color wheel to see which color the title has to be on the book. So we're gonna do that right now. Okay, let's do the color wheel. Red. And so with a red title, now you could debate whether this is actually red or like a very dark pink. I'm just gonna go with red, and you can sue me. This is the 8th volume of Small Cat Chi, and this is just a cute little manga series where we follow a family in Japan when they find a small cat. They call her Chi, and it's just about their life with this new little kitten, and it's like absolutely adorable, and I can't wait to read this one. For Artificery, we only need 1 level, so only 1 book, and the prompt for that is a cover that is the color of the birthstone, like based on the month you're born, your birthstone. Mine in January is a red color. The description was like that it can take like a ton of different colors, but it's mostly red, some like oranges and stuff. So I have chosen a book for that. But again, this might change if I realize that I'm kind of falling behind. Again, since I do not need to read anything after this one, I can leave it for more of the end of the month to see whether I can actually get this done, because again, this is a bit of a chunky book, and it's one that I'm not like super excited to read, so a readathon is always perfect for those, because I got this as a gift, and it's not something I would have chosen for myself. And this is Die Weiße Maasai. This is kind of like a autobiographical kind of novel. I don't know what it really is, if it is completely non-fiction or I don't know. But this is about a white woman who married a Maasai warrior, it says on here, and it is kind of about her life in that community. Now, if you hear that description, you probably know why I wouldn't have chosen this for myself, but we'll see. Maybe it's not that bad. I know that this is the first book in the series, so she wrote more. She did get divorced from this man, so I don't know what to expect here, but we'll try to get to this. But having a red cover, a lot of books have red covers, so I will have other choices if I have to switch to something I listen to on audio, because big books. The last subject I need is spells and incantations, and for that again we need 2 levels. And the next book is the reason why I'm so worried about all of this, because the next prompt is a 5-star prediction, and I decided to slip this book in there. And It is The House of Always by Jen Lyons. This is the fourth book in the Course of Dragons series, which I'm currently reading. I just finished the second book last night. I hope to read the third book in the rest of August, fingers crossed. So I have the fourth book on my September TBR. Now, these books are chunky, they're dense, and it just takes me a while to read them. So I am just a little bit worried about this TBR because of this big massive book, but I also really want to read it. And if I say 5-star prediction, I really mean it. I loved the second book already. It wasn't quite a 5-star, but I think at least one book in this series will probably turn out to be a 5-star. So we'll see whether it will be this one. It also has an octopus on the cover, and if you know anything about me at all, you know that this is almost a reason to give it 5 stars right from the start. So very excited to get to this one, but also I still have to read one more very massive fantasy book before I can get to this one. And then this is also quite a big fantasy book. And last but not least, for spells and incantations, we have the prompt to read any book that was ever mentioned in one of G's videos. Now, G is the creator of the Magical Readathon, so I took a quick look at her anticipated books video for this year, and I will link that video down below as well if you also want to go check it out and find something to read on there. And one book she mentioned there is The Dead Cat Tail Assassins by P. Jelly Clark, which is a book I'm very excited about. This is one of the new releases I definitely want to get around to this year, so I put that one up there. I think the book is out by now, pretty positive, I hope so. So yeah, I will listen to that one on audio, and I'm very, very excited. So that is my basic TBR for September. Now, if you know Magical Readathon, there will also be a quest, and the quest will also involve reading books. So potentially I will want to read even more than this, which is ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Like, I have so many like big books right here, and I think I'm even gonna read more. Like, who am I? Who am I? But yeah, this is Magical Readathon, you know, you just go and read all the books. And I'm very excited for it. I hope you're excited too. I would love to hear if you're participating, and if you do, which calling you're going for. Definitely let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's all have an amazing readathon. Please subscribe if you want to see my reading vlogs for the readathon, which I will do in September. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye!